Howdy folks. So many of you know that I'm a very busy guy. I've got 5 kids, a loving wife, and a full-time sacred geometry natural building business where we're building these energetically resonant structures. And I'm doing that every single day, and also wanting to focus some of my energy on sharing information about health and fitness. And so rather than I've just been putting off making videos and stuff because I'm just so busy with everything, I'm just gonna go ahead and start making some videos while I'm driving and things like that, because even though it's not the quality or the audio that I really want to improve towards, it's better than nothing, and it'll help me get more comfortable talking, and I can go ahead and start sharing what I've found to be valuable information in my own life, and many others share this sentiment in how this information is enhanced their lives as well. So right away, I would like to discuss protein. How about that? Anybody who's been long-term or even short-term plant-based is probably bored to death with this subject, but I think that I can go ahead and just simplify it real quick for most people. Protein. How do you get enough protein? Do you get enough protein on a plant-based diet? The simple answer to this is it's absolutely the easiest thing to possibly do to get enough protein. Basically, protein deficiency is almost non-existent if people are getting enough calories. And if they're getting enough calories from not even a wide variety of foods, but just a variety of foods. Like if you're eating only peas or something like that, you're not going to get all your amino acids and stuff like that. But in this day and age, especially in developed countries and things like that, if you are eating a variety of plants and you're getting enough calories, you're pretty much guaranteed to be getting enough protein. So as myself, as someone who eats a whole foods plant-based diet and has done so for the last 15 years, and who has been raw, who has been basically between raw and whole food plant-based, meaning cooked grains, cooked beans, that sort of thing, I've never had any issue with getting enough protein, and I've never really supplemented with protein powders or something like that. And when I have supplemented with protein powders for short periods of time, I didn't notice any increase in my muscle, any increase in like my feelings of well-being or anything like that. The only thing I really noticed was a little bit more digestive distress, actually. So the protein, whether or not to supplement with when you're doing weight training exercise, is somewhat a controversial topic, mainly because the protein industry is pretty much, it's the most supplemented product. It's the most popular or most sold supplement on the market when it comes to supplements. Dollar for dollar, people are spending more on protein than any other supplement. And there's a lot of studies that suggest that that there's improved or enhanced muscle development when using proteins. The reason why this is controversial is because many of these studies are industry funded, meaning protein companies are funding these things, and of course they're going to look for affirmation that protein does indeed increase muscle development and muscle recovery and all those things. Because why? Because they want to sell these things. Now, is there actually an increased need for protein when breaking down the muscles? Probably so. But for somebody who's not necessarily going to the gym 5 days a week, whose goal is not necessarily to build as much excess muscle as possible, but is just wanting to be at their optimal strength, their optimal weight, look good, and not have to feed lots of extra muscle with more calories and that sort of thing to like maintain, and who wants to live a life where they're spending maybe an hour and a half on fitness per week, such as myself, and then putting all their other energy into passions, connection with family, time in nature, those sorts of things, then maybe protein is not necessary. I find in my own life that there's no necessity whatsoever to supplement with protein nor to focus on protein dense foods. The most protein dense foods that I have in my diet are going to be beans and quinoa, and a little bit of nuts, but I eat per volume much more quinoa and beans than I do nuts and that sort of thing. So that's gonna be my main concentrated protein. And then because I eat so many fruits and vegetables, I'm already getting tons of amino acids and proteins in my diet anyways, and I get sufficient calories. I feel great. I haven't died in 15 years. I haven't depleted beyond it. I've actually only gone down to, my lowest weight was around 145 pounds after I had a motorbike accident and was unable to exercise and was recovering from the opiates they had, because I had to get facial reconstructive surgery. It pretty much fucking sucked. I'll make a video about that later because it's novel enough, and this only happened a year ago. But you know, I rest around 160, 165 pounds whenever I'm doing calisthenics 2 to 3 days per week, 20 to 30 minutes per exercise, and I'm eating you know, adequate calories for my height and weight. 6'1", 160, 165 pounds. And this is just a, you know, personal testimony, but I feel great. Like, I feel really good. I feel highly energized. I've got a lot of things on my plate. Like I said, I've got 5 kids, loving wife, full-time business. I enjoy to play music from time to time. I also wake up early and I prepare all the meals. So I'm going nonstop, and I've been living this way with family for 13 years and eating this way for 15. And so that's my little dissertation on protein. So if you have any other questions about protein, definitely leave some comments or questions in the comment section, and we can go into more depth on this. All right, video 1, car vlog.